Hey everyone, want to stick with us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, ask questions, get to know each other, join our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. Both those links are in the description. If you're here right now, say what up, see how you doing. We have the S&Ps down 33, Dow's down 271, NASDAQ down 73, gold's down 4, oil flat, actually 0. Well, it's up 2 cents now, 0, kind of crazy. Jesse, Micah, Joaquin, Jeff, Carl, Alex, Trevor, Faiz, how we doing? Goldfish, Daniel Ring, Carl Douglas. Weekend was pretty chill. Yours, yeah, you know, it was the holidays. The holidays are different. So we had, obviously, we had Mother's Day this last weekend, and you know, the being in quarantine is different. It's way different. You know, you get any snow? Yeah, we did get some snow, but it didn't stick. Thank God, because I don't know if I would be here right now. I think I would be packing the car up and saying I'm out of here. I'm out of here because I can't get on any planes right now. So I'll be like, I'm getting in the car. I'm getting out of here. What's going on, Hank? Giordano's is 40% off. I don't know. Even with 40% off, I don't know if I'll eat Giordano's. Giordano's definitely not my favorite. Giordano's not my favorite. I know that that's a big thing. I'm more of a Illuminati's kind of guy. Giordano's, you know, it's tough. It's tough being in Chicago because it's always like the White Sox, Cubs, Illuminati's, Giordano's. You know, I just can't get into. I think for me, I think the actual pizza tastes okay on Giordano's, but it's the crust that gets me. It's the crust. I'm not a big fan of the crust. So yeah, Trevor, it did snow a little bit. It did snow a little bit here over the weekend, which was like supposedly we're going through some sort of polar vortex, and you know we're going through some things, guys. You know, 2020's not been kind to your health, your soul, your mind. I mean, just your business overall, your cash flow. I mean, overall, 2020 has been, you know, and we got snow in May. Micah, what are you even saying, Nick? All right, well, maybe one of these streams, what I'll do is I'm gonna get a Giordano's pizza and I'll get a Illuminati's pizza. Maybe I'll do like a day stream, and I'll eat both of them, and we'll get the taste test. We'll do a Giordano's, Illuminati's, hot and ready. I'll order both at the same time. They'll come directly to my house, and I will eat both of them on stream, and we'll battle out there. It's been a long time since I had Giordano's, so maybe it's not as bad as I remember, but I know I definitely stopped going there. Now, Gino's East is pure trash. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. Whether you're a Giordano's or Illuminati's fan, I think we all can agree on Gino's East is basura. I think we can all agree on that. You know. What do I get on my deep dish? I prefer just the sausage. I just like the sausage. I know that doesn't sound right on the stream here, but just give me the sausage. Yeah, the graffiti wall is cool. Yeah, that's true. Yo, Rohan, what's going on? All right, so getting into things this morning. Hank wants to know about GE. So GE, you know, obviously there is a downtrend intact here. We had highs up in 8s, then we had high at 7.5, then we had highs at 690 area, and any time it pushes up, it just fails every time. Where is GE going? Like, I've made a lot of money on GE in the past, but for me, once GE gets under 10, the stock gets very hard for me to trade. So I honestly don't trade GE anymore under $10. I mean, if it climbs up to $10 again, it's a lot. Stocks, it doesn't really matter for GE, but like my personal style, when a stock is under $10, I don't necessarily perform very well on that stock. So that's why I stay away from stocks that are under $10. Now, stocks that are like $20, $30, the track record is way better. So I just stick to stocks that I have a way better track record. But if I'm looking at the chart here, I mean, it's on a solid decline here. It could maybe it could bounce here at 6 and then push up, but it really needs to break this 7 area with force. It needs to break out of this range. And what is going to be the catalyst to do that? Right now, I'm not seeing a catalyst that would propel GE out of its downtrend. But you never know what kind of tricks they got up their sleeves. You never know. I mean, GE kind of looks a lot like Boeing right now. For my opinion, I mean, Boeing also, if you're looking at the day trading is one thing, but if you're swing trading in the 1-year chart, which I'm looking at here, I'm actually short Boeing right now. I have a 130. What do I have? I have the 132 put. I got the 132 put for next week expiration. So right now, this is on a solid downtrend, and the thing with shorting Boeing right down here is it's kind of dangerous because I'm thinking it might go down to like 125, 120 area again, kind of tap this area again. But the range is getting kind of tight here, and this could explode back up to like the 140, 150 area. So you want to be careful shorting Boeing any over a long period of time, because as you can see, the pops get sold off. So I'd be better to short the pops on Boeing than it is to short right here. I was actually looking for a day trade on Friday, and it just couldn't break down. Boeing just didn't break down all day Friday. Just kind of slowly grinded back up and was just really chill. So that's why I held out. There's a little bit of a gap down right now on Boeing, but it doesn't look that strong. So I might just kind of break even on this trade and exit and try again. You know what I mean? Your thoughts on fractional shares? I mean, I think fractional shares are a good thing. I like that you can basically, like crypto, you could buy any dollar amount. It can conform to any budget, and that's what I like about it. That's what I like about fractional shares. Whether you're a freaking millionaire or you're just starting out, you can get involved in the stock market and you can participate in the big name stocks like Netflix, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, and not have to, like, especially if like you're a young kid, 15, 16, and you want to get involved in the stock market. But when you're like 16 years old, you don't have like thousands of dollars lying around. You're probably working, some fast food job or whatever, and you're making $60 a week. And you could take $10 a week and you could throw that into Apple stock fractional share, and I think it's great. I think it's great. Also, it allows you to like set monthly buys. So whether the stock market is high or low, what you can say, hey, I want to invest $500 a month into the stock market and just automate it and not worry about how many shares you are. But meantime, you're just accumulating shares rather than like, oh, I need to save up $600 to get like 3 shares of Apple or 2 shares of Apple. Apple's at 310, 307 right now. Okay, it's up a lot. So Apple, instead of waiting up, but you could buy right now $500. If you're fractional share, you could buy $500 of shares right now, and you get like, you're gonna get one and a half or so. A little bit more than 1.5, and you could just accumulate a position, and that's what I like about it. Thanks, Nick. Thought it's kind of like bottom fishing. Haven't been Netflix. Might be a good short this week. Yeah, I'm in Boeing right now, but I don't recommend it. Jesse, are you selling any premium? Would be good stock. So yeah, I have been selling premium. I made money on Disney and Roku last week selling premium. This week coming up on earnings, I'll cover this in a second, but Under Armour. After hours today, we got Tilray, Simon, Datadog. I'm most interested in SPG and Datadog, honestly. looking at that. But right now, Under Armour, if you're looking for possible day trade today on a lower price stock, Under Armour sales plummet 23%. Let's see here. Footwear was down 28%. Accessories revenue declined 17%. I'm guessing they are not offering guidance. Since mid-March, as the pandemic accelerated dramatically in North America and retail stores closures ensued, we've experienced a significant decline in revenue across all markets. So obviously, if stores aren't open, you can't make money, and their online business doesn't seem to be doing anything. And that's the thing. You want to if you're looking to short retail stocks, you want to look at stocks that have a poor online business. Stocks that have a really great online business can probably weather this storm, but stocks that have a poor online business, this is where it's gonna be exposed. Unfortunately, the one thing that I don't want to see Under Armour fail, and it's not because I don't like Under Armour, and I hardly ever buy their products, is because I know that Kobe Bryant's estate is a major shareholder in Under Armour, and you don't want to be seeing Kobe Bryant's wife struggling like that. But Under Armour, if you're looking right now, it's at 8:30. Look at this. People buying into this before earnings, only to get trapped. It's a shame. But if we're looking at here right now at 8:30, I mean it's still within the trend. So I'm thinking, unless something bad happens, I think that most stocks, as you can see, every stock right now pretty much has the same chart. We just look at GE, we just look at Boeing, we just look at Under Armour, all those kind of different sectors and stuff. Well, GE and Boeing share some things, but it looks like we had a significant drop, and now I think we're going to be range bound until the market kind of figures itself out. Because, last week they're like, oh, the market is going to go up because states are reopening. Then today, oh, market must be down because there's jitters about reopening the economy. I honestly think that CNBC writers just okay, here's the headline if the futures are green. Here's the headline if the futures are red. And we'll just keep flipping it. Oh, it's up because the states are reopening. Oh, it's down because the states are reopening. Okay. So, I think I could work here at CNBC and I could probably make millions of dollars just writing headlines. And, it would be great, It'd be so easy. Yeah, Lululemon. And their online business, Lululemon, and their online business is doing numbers. Under Armour, online business, not doing numbers, and it shows. But now they're worried about, because there's a jump in infections in South Korea's linked to nightclubs, which, come on, guys. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and the first thing you want to go do is go clubbing. Come on. I was telling my wife, even if they open, and we were talking about even if they open things up, it's probably going to be a while till we actually do things that were normal. We didn't go to the clubs or anything, but going to Disney, going to crowded spaces. We're probably not even going to go to the grocery store, honestly. I use Instacart pretty much every week. I use Instacart. Goes to Costco. Hits up Mariano's for me, all the grocery stores. And would you go to the gym if they opened up? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The gym would probably be the last place I would go. It's not because I don't like working out. It's because that I know everyone's all sweaty and they never wipe down the equipment, and that's I don't want to be transferring bodily fluids from one guy to the next. And the gym is probably one of the worst places you could go, So I would go to the grocery store before the gym, honestly. And plus, you're gonna wear a face mask at the gym. I got I got a treadmill at home here. I'm working on. I have weights and stuff. So Trevor, I may just hit you up for some tips. Yeah, I may hit you up for some home gym tips because the gym is. I think the gym's going to be the last place that I'll go. But there's going to be a lot of people that go. Like, there's a lot of people that are booking cruise lines right now. You know, like, what was it? They said August bookings are up 600%. But, you know, I don't know. You guys you guys want to go on a cruise on August? I think it's too soon. You know, I think it's too soon. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that take the risk, and there's gonna be a lot of people like, oh yeah, I just booked a trip to travel across Europe for $1,000, and it's a dream come true. And those people are young and they could take the risk, and that's the thing, right? But then there's people like me that are like, okay, well, I actually have a family and I care about those people in the family, and whether you think coronavirus is going to harm you or not, I mean, I'm not, like, if I get it, I'm not overly concerned, but I am concerned. I mean, we've talked about this before about the people around me, right? On another note, Planet Fitness could be an interesting stock. Cruises are are way too soon. Yeah. But going into couple earnings plays today. SPG, so Simon Property Group, they have earnings. They have earnings after the bell today. Now, if you guys don't know what Simon Property Group is, they own a lot of malls around the country, and they actually own a lot in the Chicago area, and they also own Woodfield Mall, which is in the Chicago area and is the second biggest mall next to Great America, which has been shut down. And they own a lot of other malls within the Chicago area, but also national. So the question is, with Simon Property Group, I mean, they pay a hefty dividend, you know, $2.10. Now, I'm thinking that dividend's gonna have a hard time continuing. I'm thinking that all the retail stores have been closed. Now, the biggest question is this drop priced in, going from $140 pre-pandemic to $58 now? Is this priced in? Options are looking pretty good. I mean, they're looking for this week plus or minus $7, 143% implied volatility. So, is this stock priced in, or is it going to get ripped a new one? So, I mean, the thing is kind of like Disney, and this is why I did well. This is why I did well trading Disney for earnings, is because Disney was priced in, right? Now, if everybody knows, okay, the malls are closed down, rent's going to be bad, I think where it could be bad is like obviously it's going to be the unexpected. Like, what would cause Simon Property Group to go lower? And I think that would be, you know, a lot of stores are closing, you know. That could be potential. Like, oh, they might. I don't know what they're gonna say. Obviously, this is gonna be a rocky earnings for SPG, because, I mean, I'm thinking that there's gonna be a lot of stores. I mean, yeah, they're like Lord & Taylor. Lord & Taylor said when they reopen, it's gonna be a liquidation sale, and also Lord & Taylor has 38 properties, locations, some of which are major anchors in some Simon Property. So what happens if, you know, in the malls, like Woodfield Mall, for instance, in the Chicago area, here's its anchor stores. Okay, here are its anchor stores. Nordstrom, okay, not so bad. Lord & Taylor, liquidating. Sears, and J.C. Penney. So and Macy's, which is not doing well. So out of the 5 anchor stores, only one of them, Nordstrom's, is doing relatively well through all this. So what happens when a mall like Simon loses 4 out of 5 of its anchors? I don't know. And is that's where I think things could get dicey for SPG. You know, that's where I think things could get dicey. Yo, Milan, what's going on? Neiman Marcus filed for bankruptcy. I don't really trade stocks that file for bankruptcy. I mean, it's a mess when you trade options on it, you know. and I hardly ever bring it up because a lot of people will kind of take what I say, and so there's some stocks I just don't bring up, and I don't bring it up on purpose because of I don't people get ideas, and I don't want people to lose money, so I don't bring up certain stocks, on purpose. Datadog. So Datadog has earnings. If you guys don't know what Datadog is, educate yourself. AWS, they assist with the cloud monitoring deployment of cloud services through AWS. Relatively strong stock. However, I do think that it's probably a little bit overdone here. But now that it's above 52-week highs, I mean, this could really push up, and I think there's going to be a lot of people shorting it. So there could be a pretty good short squeeze. Right now it's at 52.45. It's up here. It's up here. So recovered nicely, broke past these highs, and we'll see what happens. I'm looking at this stock. They're at 159% implied volatility for this week, so I think it could be some premium selling opportunities there. But you want to be careful. You want to be careful with Datadog. I don't know where Nordstrom closed 16 stores, including one here in Sacramento. It was one of the 4 anchors. The others are JCP, Sears, and Macy's. Yeah, I mean it's not good, man. The retail stores. The retail stores were having issues before this, and this is just going to accelerate. And I think that I don't want anyone to go out of business. I don't want any jobs to be taken away. But if you think about JCPenney and Sears, like, why didn't they pivot sooner? Why didn't they go to the online business sooner? Like, I don't understand. Like, why if you see total destruction coming, why wouldn't you try to pivot that? Why wouldn't you try to? Are the people on top just basically? Oh, Sears is different because they basically had a hedge fund get involved and sell off all their assets and basically bankrupt the company. So Sears, those dudes, I mean, they basically had a hostile takeover, selling off all their property and assets like Kmart, real estate, Craftsman, and they basically just tore the thing apart and took his cash. And the inevitable is going to happen, that's what happened to Sears. Is they had a hostile takeover. I hope they make a documentary about this because those guys, I mean, 100% legal, but they were basically hedge fund pirates, took over, closed things down, sold off the assets, and now everyone's left like, okay, well, when's the day we're going to shut down? Which now probably pretty soon, They did pivot. They don't have much traffic wanting their products, but they could have changed their products. They're a retail store department. They could change the products out. Like, none of the products there have to sell. They don't have to sell those products. They could have shifted things out, but that's bad. Nvidia. Let's take a look. So Nvidia right now is at 310. Man, I mean, I think there's pretty good support around 280 area, but up in here is dicey, man. Up in here is dicey. Like, if you look at this chart and you look at AMD, I mean, it's a fairly similar chart to AMD, but look what happened to AMD. AMD, similar chart. If you take away like this, if you look at this, like, this is a very similar chart to what we see for Nvidia right now. But look what happened to AMD. Tapped that area, and it's actually moved lower. Now, Nvidia, for me, I would be a little bit, unless there is a huge volume and it can break out of this, you want to be very careful. You want to be very careful up in here. The story is not complete here. Now, I mean, what's implied volatility at? So implied volatility is relatively low right now, 50%. on this week, 62% for next week. And do they have earnings coming up here? Okay, so they have earnings May 21st. So you kind of have to think about Nvidia here, because it's not that simple. Is this going to stall out? Had a great run. Is this going to stall out before earnings next week, or are people going to pile in before earnings? You know, people are going to pile in. That's the question you want to ask yourself. Is this going to stall out, consolidate like AMD? Ahead of earnings, ripped up, consolidated, had earnings is lower. Nvidia ripped up ahead of earnings. I mean, we're still ahead of earnings. So we have a whole week. We have over a week here. We have a week and a half. So next Thursday, 21st, Nvidia earnings. So it's a little bit of a dangerous thing. So we're sitting at 52-week highs here. Okay, now we got earnings coming up. So are people going to sell before earnings or not? I'm thinking probably not likely. You know, I'm thinking if anything, it's probably going to ramp up. So what might be good, get a cheap strangle for this week or for next week. Get a little bit of a strangle action going on this week or next week and hang on. Hope it's not flat. But, you know, implied volatility is relatively low right now up in here. Yo, Daniel Salyers, what's going on? You described the ICANN family crest. So that's what I see for Nvidia. So I am looking at Nvidia, but right now it's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit tricky because they have earnings. We're at 52-week highs. We're at earnings coming up, so it's a little bit lower. But I think that any major dips, like if it dipped low today, like if it dipped, I mean like to 305, 300 area, it's probably people are gonna be salivating and gonna want to buy the dip. And that's what I think. I mean, that's my opinion only. Entertainment purposes. Take it as you want, not investment advice. But that is what I'm thinking about Nvidia. I mean, as you can see, any major dip. Look at this on whatever day this was. Was this Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Huge dip. Came roaring back. Dip, roaring back. Dip. I mean, this is a major dip. 299 to 291, roaring back. You know? The thing is with Nvidia is if you can stomach it. You know, if you can stomach buying the dips, then you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. So BYND and then Walmart. BYND. So BYND, I mean it's insane. It's insane. As a shareholder, I mean, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. You know, but right now we're at what? 130. So we're back above this zone here. So we just need to make sure we can clear these rejection areas here. You know, I've much preferred it close at, like, I do not like it close. It tapped the 135. Look, if I zoom in here and we draw a line, you know, if we draw a line from here to the top of this, I mean, it's basically, look at that. It hit that exactly. I mean, I don't like that. Hit this candle hit this candle, pop back down, close below. Now it's a little bit lower. It's at 130. So we're at 130. So what's gonna happen here? What we need this to pop. I thought it was gonna maybe gap up to like 140, and it didn't. So we need to gap up. It needs some strength here. It's testing it. The question is, how many times is it going to test it? How many times is it going to get rejected? And can it do it? I think it could do it, but I don't know when. And when you trade options, you need to know when. But yeah, that was perfect. Perfect rejection. If you shorted that, congrats, made money. And it was almost instant. Look, it tapped it. Came back down instantly. You know, it's like, come on. Walmart. Let's look at Walmart for Hank. So Walmart is slowly climbing back up here. it likes the 122, tap, 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 and now it's pushing back up 122. If it can build some solid support around 122, Hank, you may have a fighting chance here. Whoa, that's really loud. Sorry, guys, that woke you up. Market just opened up here. Let's see here. I got a Boeing play on right now. Might need to take it off here. Take off the Boeing trade. Try it again. Let's take off Boeing. Take off Boeing. I don't want to be short Boeing right now. I think there's better opportunities. See if we can get out of this trade here. The thing about Boeing, it's like not the most liquid, it's not my favorite stock to trade. All right, so we got out of Boeing, basically break even, lost $10. You know, even with this gap down, it's just playing games, you know. Lost $10, but we're okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Probably going lower, but I think there's better opportunity. What I want to focus on, yo Nate, yo Milan, let me look at that. What I want to focus on right now for me is more day trading stocks and the stocks that I'm more profitable on. So Boeing, we kind of have a love-hate relationship, but stocks like, DocuSign, these are the stocks that I'm looking at exclusively for day trading. And Netflix. So the three stocks that I'm looking exclusively for day trading right now: Netflix, DocuSign, and Zoom. These stocks I've been trading intraday really well. So I'm going to stick to what works with that, because the stock market unfortunately has been very, very, very slow. You know, very, very slow. So I'm gonna be looking at that. I'm gonna be looking at making some trades in here. And right now, S&Ps are down 30, Dow's down 270, Nasdaq down 56 at open here. And yeah, we had a gap down. I was trying to figure it out. But Zoom is green, DocuSign is green, Netflix is green, Shopify is pretty green, but I want to stick to higher. I want to stick to higher liquidity. Shopify doesn't have the greatest liquidity on it, so that is what I am looking at here. These are the three stocks, the three horsemen we're gonna do. You know. Also, Nick, have you been posting your trades in Discord? So, Christopher, the reason why I haven't been posting my trades in Discord is and I haven't been making my trades known as much as because I haven't been focusing on my trades. I've made it known that I've had some things going on in my personal life that were impacting my trades, and my trades were not the priority. So I don't want to. Not that I'm afraid of showing what I have here, but what happens is some people, they see my trades and they try to follow along, and I'm not using for my trades. I'm good now, but my trades, I wasn't, like the last 2 weeks, I wasn't using the right judgment. I wasn't using, and if I'm not making the right judgment and trading is not my priority, I don't want that to impact everybody else. And you know, I have no problem showing my profits. I have no problem showing my losses. But the actual fundamental reasons why certain trades were the way they were is not because I had my head on right. Okay, so that's why I will be posting my trades in there. I will be getting caught up on that. But I didn't want to post trades that I knew definitely were bad trades, and not that they were bad trades when I put them on, but when I took them off, they were bad. Because there were whole days, like 3-4 days, whole days that I wasn't trading, and basically I let my portfolio just kind of do what it needs to do because I had other priorities. And yeah, that's not something that you want to do. Like if you don't care about your trades, you don't want to be trading, you know. And I wasn't trading. However, I had stuff in my portfolio that like kind of oh, I missed my exit because I was busy and I was doing other things. It wasn't because I was basically neglecting my trades, neglecting my portfolio. But now moving forward, I'm in a much better place. I will be posting my trades back in the Discord and kind of keeping you guys in the loop of what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. But I had to get my head right, man. And that's what it is. It's about accountability. Yeah, NIO is strong, man. Zoom is really ripping. Look at that. NIO. Yeah, I just have a hard time with these stocks, Hank. I have a hard time with under $10. I really do. I mean, I definitely think you can make money. I don't. I just think it's, for me, it's very tough. And I think it's because it moves like, I prefer stocks to move $1 at a time, and this is moving like 10 cents. But that doesn't mean you can't make money if you ramp up your deltas. I mean, you definitely can make money. You could definitely make money, but it's just not my preference. BAC is dropping, but it's very early, so it might come back. Yeah, everything. I mean, right now S&P is holding on to 2,900. It's holding on to 2,900 right now. S&Ps. So what are we doing here? 2,900. Boeing's bouncing up a little bit here. We got. Let's look at Alibaba. So I'm looking at this too. Alibaba, had a massive dip from 215 down to 190. Now it's trying to push back up. It's a little bit hard to read on Alibaba right now. So you want to be careful. See what else we got going on let's see what else we got going on this morning. We got Roku. So Roku had earnings and right now is relatively flat. Tried pushing it up this morning. Tried pushing up to like the 128. Got it rejected. This was crazy. So I did make some money on Roku earnings last Friday, which was a decent trade. I basically risked 300 and I made $100 on it. So it wasn't like an enormous trade, but percentage wise, it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Hank, if you could hold on in the money calls for a year or two, I mean that's what it takes. But if you're trying to day trade or swing trade things for next week, it's painful, All right, so S&Ps are bouncing right here. What's SPY doing? SPY bouncing at 290 here. Okay. And Netflix is 440. It's still tapping. So Netflix, what's interesting to me on Netflix right now, this is what's interesting to me on Netflix. Right up in here, it keeps tapping this 440 area, keeps getting rejected the last 4 days. I do think that Netflix has the strength to push above because it keeps tapping, and now it's pushing it again. Just got rejected again, 440. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. Boeing probably cut Boeing a little bit too early, but I just wanted to get out of that trade. I just wanted to get out of that trade here. Let me gotta do one thing here. But yeah, Netflix. All right, guys. What other stocks you guys want to look at for the next 10 minutes or so? Datadog, SPG, looking for potential earnings trade. It's down a little bit. Datadog also looking for potential earnings trade today. Man, Datadog's up 4.5%. Whew. Crazy. So we did. Let's see here. Look at AMD. Now AMD is a stock that I can get behind for buying. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that this is going to try to go back up to 58. Buy the dip. That's all we can do. Buy the dip. Yeah, we got JD. JD has earnings on Friday. So JD down here at 47. It is, pretty much the same story as Nvidia and all those stocks. I mean, it's touching 52-week highs here. I mean, it's risky. It's risky. We got earnings this week. It's risky. Could definitely push up, but it could just chill right here. mRNA. Yeah, I mean, all the pharma stocks are ripping right now. They had earnings, decent earnings on Friday, I think that was, and now they're just nothing can stop the stock up here. Nothing. So there was really no dip on Friday. Well, they had earnings Thursday before market open, dipped. That was the last dip, was on Thursday, and now it's just ripping. Nothing. There's nothing really can stop it. Shop is up. Shop's up 2%. So Shop, I mean, we're seeing some strength this morning. So yes, we gapped down, but we're seeing some strength. How are the airlines holding up? They had some news over the weekend. Airlines, Delta's down 4%, not good. United down 4 or 5%. What was the earnings? It was a bond offering. Was it a bond offering or something? I'm trying to remember. There was news on. There was news on the airlines about some bond offering after close on Friday. Yo, Derek, what's going on, man? How you doing? I closed out BA this morning. I know you were in on that trade, but right now the market is showing some strength this morning. We got SPY took an initial dip, 290s at 291, trying to rip up. So we got to see if it has enough strength to go green on the day. Somebody's selling planes. Weren't they? No, they were using. I thought they were using planes to back the loan or something like that, wasn't it? I'm gonna try to find that. They were using the planes as assets to back the loans. Of course, I'm not talking to you, Nick, but if I have a problem with risk, maybe you should take up stamp collecting. Southwest sold some 737s. Was it Delta? So they were basically saying that they were trying to back loans and bonds with their planes that are sitting there, and like the deal fell through or something. I can't find the article right now, but I remember reading that. Yeah, Martin, that's what we're talking about. The airlines, they were trying to fund some loans with using like planes as collateral that fell through. The banks are like, I don't freaking want your planes that are grounded to back. What am I going to do with your plane? You default on the loan. What am I going to do with the plane? Nobody wants it, which is probably why Boeing's reacting the way it is down 3% right now. And Nvidia's pushing up. So if we're looking at the chip stocks right now, look at SMH. SMH actually, this is surprising. It's down. We've got AMD, Nvidia's ripping. So it looks like it's answering our questions here. It looks like Nvidia is going to ramp up pretty good before earnings on Thursday. So next Thursday, Nvidia earnings. So, you might be able to sell some puts before then, but the thing is, implied volatility is relatively low. This week we got 55%. Implied volatility for next week 64%. So they're really sucking out the premium out of these contracts. So that's why, a lot of people are also having a harder time making money right now, buying and holding, because the market has been moving so slow intraday that they're just sucking out that premium. They're just sucking out that premium. Boeing is bouncing back here a little bit. What do I think about VTIQ merging with Nikola Motors in June? I mean, I think they, they're gonna have to battle the behemoths. They're stronger together probably, than by themselves. So that is the deal, guys. That is the deal. What's going on today? I'm gonna sign off here. I'll be in the Discord. I will be on whatever social media platform you want to connect on. But looking like the market wants to try to recover here. Looking like they want to try to buy the dip. Nasdaq's only down 5 right now. Huge recovery on Nasdaq. Just ripped up. Huge. What's Apple doing? Apple's trying to go green. Microsoft trying to go green as well. Not surprised. So be careful shorting. They're trying to bleed. They're gonna try to bleed out shorts right now. Is what it is. So you guys stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.